Hi, my name is Tyler with Electric Personal Training, and today we are going to be going over how to log your workouts using EPT Pocket Trainer. So we have our nice new home screen here with all these options, but today we're going to be covering logging our workouts. So we'll go ahead and click Log New Workout. Now, the first thing we see is that we have some options. We can do a custom workout, which is what we'll be covering today. I will cover the builder and the advanced builder in separate videos. And copy previous workout is pretty self-explanatory. It's just going to show you your old workouts and give you the option to copy paste all your exercises. So if you have a workout you like to stick to, you don't have to go and log each exercise individually. But like I said, we're going to go over this custom workout today. So we'll tap that. The first thing I always like to do is choose my focus. So this is just what you're going to be doing. It just labels the workout. So when you're going through your old workouts, you know which ones you're looking at. So we'll just call this workout focus, because it's nice and easy if I can spell. And now we're going to add our first exercise. So we'll go hit add exercise. We see our first exercise here. The first thing you're going to want to do is choose a movement. So if we want a movement that is in the EPT library already, it either comes in the preset library that comes with the app. It's not very inclusive though. If you have any movements that are very specific to your training or specific to your gym even, because gyms have so many different machines, they're not in the library. So you're only going to be able to search things that are already in the library here. So something like a flat bench press, we can go ahead and see here. Now we can also search by muscle. If I just want a chest exercise, I can't do that here, but if I click search by muscle, it's going to give me a bunch of chest exercises. So if you're not as familiar with exercise selection and just want something for a specific body part, you can go ahead and switch to the muscle search. Now our third option, if our movement that we want to do isn't already in our library, is that we can click this new movement here. Now movement creator here will allow us to make our own custom movement however we like. So we can go ahead and type movement. That'll just be our, let's call it test movement so it's easier to find. And we have a little bit of info so that we can kind of understand what's going on here, but I'm going to explain it. So first we're going to choose the main muscle. This is going to be the muscle that you're choosing this exercise for. So if we're doing a bench press, even though we have a lot of muscles moving, we're going to be choosing it for the chest. So I'll go ahead and choose chest. We're just going to say it's going to hit the whole chest. And if we have other muscles working, so say we're doing a bench press, even though it's already in there, maybe we're doing some altered form of bench press, and you are going to want to add separate movements for different ways that you alter the movement, even if it's just a bench press, say with a machine versus with an actual bar, that is going to change the amount of weight you're working with. And so you're going to want to see those individually as separate movements. So with a bench press, we're also going to be using our shoulders, our front delts. Now the front delts aren't exactly main movers. They're kind of secondary. So I'm going to mark them as a secondary exercise. They do get a lot of stimulus from a bench press, but they aren't the main movers. Additionally, we're also going to have our triceps working because we are extending our elbows. And so that is going to give us a bit of tricep work, but it's not very much. So I'm going to mark them as an accessory muscle. Now, optionally, you can also put it in a pattern, and all this is going to do is interact with the advanced workout builder. So we'll go ahead and put a horizontal press since we're doing a mock-up bench press here, and we will go ahead and hit save. Are we sure? Yes, we are, and it'll load our test movement in here. Now, when it's time to work, we're not going to have any tips and cues since this is my custom exercise, but for the preloaded ones, you will have a couple tips and cues for how to think about doing the exercise, as well as a tutorial button for exercises that you want to see a video for. But it will still give us tips. Once we log enough sets, it's going to use how we progress to recommend how we should progress further. Should we go up in weight? Should we go down in weight? Should we do more reps, less reps, more sets, less sets? It's going to take into account how we normally train, how we tend to progress, and it's going to give us recommendations. But we do have to log a few different exercises with this movement before it will start doing that for us. We'll go ahead and log our sets. Let's say we're doing 100 pounds and we're doing that for 12 reps. Now, difficulty, it's up to you for how to define it. Really doesn't matter. The way I like to define it is to ask yourself, how many reps could you have done? And then take 10 minus that. So if you could not have done a single extra rep, you're at 10 difficulty. 10 minus 0 is 0. If you could have gotten 3, 10 minus 3 is 7, you're at 7. This is helpful because a lot of the times our progression in the gym is not picking up a heavier weight or maybe not even getting an extra rep, but that the weight we did last time feels just a tiny bit easier. So you want to be able to keep track of this. Now we have two options. Once we want to log another set, we can go ahead and we can copy it if we did the same thing. It's really common to do the same weight again. So we'll go ahead and copy it, or we can add a custom one again, starting from scratch here. Now, let's say I messed this up, or even I only got 11. I meant to do 12. I only got 11. I can tap the set and change it to 11, and I got stuck there. So now I can edit the sets just by tapping them, which makes it nice and easy to make changes or use the copy button for quick, similar sets that aren't exactly perfect. Now I can also add notes here if I want to note if you're someone who goes to multiple gyms, maybe which lat pull down you use, which leg press, because they are going to feel different. Or you could note something like maybe you changed your foot placement on the leg press and now it feels more comfortable. This allows you to just make little comments to yourself that you will see in the future when you do this movement. Now, let's say I lied. I realized that whatever this movement is, I didn't actually do that. I can just go ahead and switch it up. I can go to a flat bench press, make sure we're searching by name, and it'll just go ahead and switch that. And here I get my tutorial button, which will take you to my YouTube channel and show you how to do the movement. These are just short and sweet videos about how to do things. Now, you see this previous sets option right here, and we aren't going to get that yet, but I will show you in the future. We will see this in our previous sets. Now let's go ahead and log another exercise. We'll just do a barbell back squat, keep it nice and simple. We'll just do 100 pounds, 10, say that was an 8, doesn't really matter here. Same exact interface, but now we have these little chevrons that are going to allow us to easily toggle back and forth. These are wonderful for if you're trying to do a superset or another combination of exercises where you want to log one and then the other and then go back and forth without having to go back out. In regards to going back to add new exercises, we have back to go see the rest of our workout, or we can delete and we will get rid of this exercise, which you only want to do if you just didn't end up doing the exercise. We can also see that in these, we get a few cues with the brain. We get some do's and don'ts with our back squat. We get some ideas of how to do it. And that is pretty much it for logging our workout. You go through the same process for cardio. The only difference with cardio is it gives it a little flame icon and puts it at the beginning of your workout so you can separate the two. But that's all you have to do to be able to log your workouts. From here, we can just finish and add to log. Now we're going to see this summary screen that I will cover in another video, and it will show us what muscles we worked. And that looks like exactly what we would work if we did a squat as well as a bench press. We'll go ahead and go back to our home screen. And now if we want to log another workout again, we can go to our custom workout. We're just going to see number 2. And let's go ahead and log our flat barbell bench press, and we can see what we did last time and when we did it. So if it's been a while, you'll know that maybe even though you did this last time, it was 6 months ago, and you maybe not want to try that weight quite yet. It's a little bit helpful to be able to know when it was, because sometimes you may do a movement for a while and then stop doing it. And so this information is going to be less useful. But if you see that it was 4 days ago, you can see what you did, and it makes it really easy to choose the weight. So you're not just eyeballing something that seems heavy. So we'll go ahead and back out of here. And now what we want to do is look at our past workouts, and we can see workout focus, and we can see all of our information. We can see our exercises. And we can also copy it for that copy button if we want to do the same workout again. It'll just preload everything, and it doesn't come with weights though, because the assumption is that you're going to be doing something different. So you're going to put your weights this time, but that way, if you have a set push day or a set upper body day that you just love to do, you don't have to search for each movement individually. You can just go ahead and copy it and then put the weights in manually.